This is Raju. Raju did a wonderful degree, ITUS. He learned many things in his degree: sales, marketing, even martial arts. But one thing he did not learn was finance. Basic finance. He didn't know that there is no asset in this world which can do 21 दिन में पैसा double.
25 दिन में पैसा double.
If he had done a commerce degree instead, he would have known that Lakshmi Chit Fund was in fact a Ponzi scheme and he would still be a billionaire. Do you know a Raju? Are you a Raju? It's okay, you are not alone. 2 months ago, I posted a video called Most Useless Degrees, and it's already one of the most viewed videos on my channel. A few of you agreed with me, a few of you disagreed with me, but what most of you wanted was a part 2. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm Fazil. I help people make the right decisions about their careers. So if you don't want to end up like Raju, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It'll be a win-win for the both of us. As I already mentioned in my first video, there are 2 things which make a degree useful. 2 factors which you have to keep in mind when selecting your degree. The first factor is choosing a degree which teaches you hard skills. Skills which you can learn, skills which you can apply, and skills which you can monetize. The second factor is choosing a university which has a good brand name. If it does, then just having that brand name on your CV will open up many doors for you in the professional world. So it's best if you choose a degree which teaches you hard skills from a university which has a good brand name. But no matter what, you need to have at least one of the 2. Anyway, without further ado, the first degree on my list of most useless degrees part 2 is a bachelor's or a master's in philosophy. Socrates, Plato, Karl Marx, Aristotle, Nietzsche, Swami Vivekananda, Buddha. Do you know what's common between all of these people? Number 1, they're all philosophers and the most well-known philosophers of all time. And number 2, none of them have a philosophy degree. I don't know why in 2025 you would want to do a philosophy degree. The only situation in which a degree like this makes sense is if you have a lot of money and you can just throw money on any degree. Do you know why? Because the only job people find after doing a philosophy degree is becoming a professor in the same university where you got your degree from. And even this is not easy. You have to get a PhD, and after getting a PhD, your opportunities are still very limited. Think about it. Even Sadhguru, the most famous philosopher of the 21st century, does not have a philosophy degree. The second degree on my list is an engineering degree, but it's not mechanical, it's not aeronautical, it's not electrical engineering, it's printing engineering. By doing this degree, you learn how to operate printing presses. If you're a fan of Samay Raina or were a fan of Samay Raina, then you will know that Samay Raina did a degree in printing engineering.
मैंने करी है printing engineering.
And that is what forced him to become a stand-up comedian. The only job printing engineers get apart from becoming a stand-up comic is becoming a professor in the same place where you learned printing engineering. And because of this, most printing engineers transition to other engineering fields. Fields like computer science, where you have more opportunities and better pay. So the only time you will get to use this printing engineering degree, which you spent 4 years on, maybe lakhs of rupees on, is when you print out your degree after you graduate. The third degree on my list is a degree in gender studies. Now I get it. Gender issues are very important issues. Especially in India, it's still a big problem. And yes, if you don't care what kind of job you're gonna get, if you don't care how much money you're going to make, then yes, go for it. But if you're doing a degree to get a good job, a job that pays you well, gender studies is not a good option. Very few jobs are available. Most gender studies graduates end up working as professors or researchers. Just look at this thread on Reddit. What does one do with the gender studies degree? Teach gender studies. It sounds like a pyramid scheme. You invest time and money into your initial education and then teach it to 60 other people just to break even. Now you must have noticed something. Any degree after which your only career path is to teach what you have learned, is to become a professor, is not a good degree. And guess what? There is hardly any funding for research in women's studies in India. Researchers doing their PhD from top universities get a stipend of 8 to 10,000 rupees. 8 to 10,000 rupees to live in a city like Delhi? It's not going to work. If you want to become a professor, you will need a PhD. And after doing a PhD, spending years of your life doing a PhD, you'll get a salary of 35 to 45,000 rupees. Not only that, you will also be overworked and your job will be on a contract basis. All the work you put in, years of sacrifice, years of studying, years of research, the returns are just not worth it. The fourth degree on my list is a degree in fine arts. Again, this is a degree where your only means of employment is by teaching others what you have learned, by becoming a professor or a teacher. You can also become an art director, but this is extremely rare, especially in India. India is not the best place in the world if you want to become an artist. This person said it perfectly. India is a poor country where a large part of the population struggles to make 2 square meals a day. Art is a matter of luxury for the majority. One would like to have an ugly house first rather than no house. Of course, artistic things are preferred, but only after the basics are fulfilled. So art is a comfort the needy cannot afford. As a nation, we first need to sort out basics, an issue which is addressed by commerce and sciences. A bad engineer is much more useful than a great artist to build basic infrastructure. Other countries like France, place a lot of importance on artists, and you would do a lot better working in such countries. A lot of fine arts graduates also transition to UX and graphic design, which you could have learned in a 3-month online course. Honestly, if you want to become an artist, social media is the best place for you. Every day I see a reel of someone making beautiful art, really good art, and going viral on Instagram. And what do you need to go viral on Instagram? Just your phone. You don't need a 4-year-long degree. You don't need to spend 15-20 lakh rupees on some art degrees in India. You don't need that. All you need is your phone, skills which you can learn for free on YouTube, and that's it. Now with all these degrees, you learn things. And in some of them, you also learn things which are important. But you need to ask yourself, are you going to university to learn things? Or are you going to university to learn things which help you find a job, which help you make money, which help you live a good life? If you don't care about finding a good job, if you don't care about money, then please don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. Do any degree you want, and you will be sorted. But if you're like me, if you want to do a degree which helps you land a good job, which helps you make money, then make sure you watch this video of the degrees which are actually worth it in 2025. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll keep helping you make the right decisions about your career, and it'll be a win-win for the both of us.